Well, it seems pretty clear that at some point, Republican never-Trumpers during the primary season wanted to smear Donald Trump because he was ahead. So they hired Glenn Simpson at Fusion GPS, and they had a dossier, and then they lost. The Hillary Clinton campaign found out about that, contacted him, and said, why don't you beef up your efforts? They hired Christopher Steele, a British spy, and he hired, to make sure that his results would be seated within the proper government authorities, he hired the wife of the fourth-ranking person, Bruce Orr, to work on it. And they were paid through two firewalls. Hillary Clinton gave the money to the Democratic National Convention. They gave the money to GPS. GPS gave the money to Christopher Steele. If you've read the dossier carefully, I think if you and I say we don't know much about espionage or dossiers or Russia, I think you and I together in a week could have done a better job. We would have got the format, the scare capitals, these on this and alleged, it is said, it has been reported, one wonders, and then we would have done better. So we wouldn't have said that Michael Cohen's father-in-law was a major developer in Russia when he has one rental. Or we wouldn't say that Michael Cohen's wife is a Russian when she's never been to Russia, she's Ukrainian. We wouldn't have any of these details. We wouldn't say Michael Cohen was in Prague without investigating whether there was some passport or documentation that he had been. So it was all unverified. And yet, because it was salacious, things about sexual activity, when Steele then in the campaign through the Orrs briefed the FBI on it, they thought, wow, we can include this in the president's daily briefing, according to John Brennan and James Comey. We will bring in Mother Jones or Yahoo News. They were not the top tier because the top tier wasn't sure that even this thing could be true. And so they seeded it through them. James Baker, General Counsel of the FBI, they brought people from the Department of Justice, I think on August 1st of 2006, they briefed it. The director of the CIA briefed Harry Reid in the Senate, so it was Victoria Nuland in the State Department briefed people. So the effort was to get this out to as many people as possible so somebody would leak it and it would damage Donald Trump. And again, the irony was it was compiled by a foreign national who used foreign national sources, and they were paid by the Hillary Clinton campaign, and those facts were not told to the court that facilitated all of this by providing the government an excuse to surveil American citizens, at which point they found no evidence whatsoever. And so when you and I are talking about the dossier right now, no one has ever said this fact in the dossier I can prove and here's the proof.
Right.
And yet they deluded 4 judges. And they deluded the country. And I think the second half of this story is now the first chapter of the second half, and that is the hunters are going to be hunted, and the inquisitors are going to be inquired about. And I think we're going to be shocked at what happened.
Am I the reason you get stoned every week now? Build up integrity, got you texting, emailing me, wanting me to feel with you. Baby, just face reality, move on.
Sometimes it's hard to face reality.